wanted this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic, beautiful Tuesday morning. Shout out to the people that are currently in the chat. We got Robert, we got Julio, we got Lorenzo, we got Chef Alex. Steve, I see you up there as well. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button here on your way in. We are on the road to 17K. Cannot do it without you guys. And if we hit 17K before this month ends, we will be doing a jersey giveaway. So if you're just hovering around, smack it up. It's absolutely for free. It's no cost to you at all, but it definitely does help me out. We are going to go absolutely crazy in this season for the Arizona Cardinals in 2025 with post-game reactions, live shows, content out of your ears. So, ladies and gentlemen, join the family, join the community. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Today, we are going to be talking about, obviously, if you haven't seen the title, we ended up finally signing Will Johnson to his rookie deal. We'll be talking about that. We're also going to be diving into the Arizona Cardinals signing another defensive lineman yesterday, and then Trey Hendrickson. Yes, the drama of Trey Hendrickson continues, and this man wants his money, and the Bengals are an absolute SHIT show. Like, it's the Bengals right now are dealing with Trey Hendrickson. They're dealing with Shamar Stewart. It's just it's this whole thing. But let's go and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get started, shall we? Let's first talk about, obviously, things that are affecting the Arizona Cardinals, and that's not what I meant to do. I completely apologize about that. But let's talk about things that are affecting the Arizona Cardinals right now. And let's talk about who they recently signed. Now, they did recently sign somebody yesterday, and it's a former UFL player. So I love to see these graphics. It's really cool to see, guys finally getting opportunity, and sometimes that's all it takes, right? It's an opportunity for somebody to kind of hit the big stage. Now, the UFL it is a really good league. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like, I sit down watching sometimes, but I don't really have any skin in the game. There's no Arizona team, so like I watch, but I really don't have very much, I guess, enthusiasm when I'm watching these games. Of course, I'll watch some playoff games. I'll watch the championship, stuff like that. But overall, it's all about Arizona sports to me, by Arizona teams. That's who I back, through and through. So this is really cool that the Arizona Cardinals went after a UFL player. We ended up seeing this from the United Football, Twitter, or I guess X official page. They ended up saying that the Arizona Cardinals are signing, is it Keon Bars? And I believe he played for USC, and I spent some time with, obviously, the UFL here. So the Cardinals are continuing to add some defensive line pieces. And honestly, all I can say right now is that it's great, man. It's cool. Like, this defensive line for the Arizona Cardinals has been one of the most improved defensive lines in the entirety of the NFL. Now, you're not going to be getting a lot of national media time because this is put up or shut up time for the Arizona Cardinals. Like, let's be real. Like, this is the year where we're going to be going in here and hopefully making finally a playoff run. Like, we got to. Like, it's already been 3 years of the JG regime, Petzing, Monty, Kyler going into, the year 3 of these guys as well. It's time, man. It's absolute time. So I love that we're continuing to add pieces to the defensive line, but I would rather look elsewhere. Like I said, I'm not mad. I love the signing. I really do. Now, is he going to be a guy that's going to make the 53-man roster? I don't know. Is he a guy that's going to be more of a depth guy? I don't know. I don't know truly what the Arizona Cardinals plan is, because I don't know if you guys were in the live stream yesterday when I ended up having my good buddy Tyler Drake of Arizona Sports. He said to himself, and he said to me, I can name 6 players on the defensive line, not including the edge players, that most likely will make this roster, right? So we're kind of sitting right now where we're continue to add defensive linemen, which I'm cool with, because you never know, man. You could definitely very well use them in camp, right? In training camp. You could use these bodies on here. He might not make the 53-man cut, but it's still a good opportunity. At the end of the day, it's still a good opportunity to become chums with coaches, because you never know at the end of the day. So this is the newest member of the Arizona Cardinals. Will he make the 53? I don't know. I'm a little skeptical, but at the end of the day, you never know. So congratulations, Keon Bars. Hopefully you do make some sort of, big push to become an Arizona Cardinal in 2025, especially when the 53-man roster is cut down. But at the end of the day, we'll have to kind of wait and see how it all shakes out. So we got him signed up, excited about that. And then news dropped earlier this morning from Ian Rappaport, as well as the Arizona Cardinals official page as well, that the Arizona Cardinals are now signing Will Johnson to his rookie deal. Now, why is this a big deal, right? Like, why are we talking about this? Well, there's been this big, I guess, I wouldn't even say conundrum, but like there's been this whole big thing with second round picks in 2025. It has nothing to do with Will Johnson. It has everything to do with all the second round picks most likely coming together and saying, "Hey, we just saw, the player from Cleveland. We just saw the player from the Texans get guaranteed salary in their second round picks. Usually they don't get guaranteed salary. And I think they all kind of came together and they said to themselves, we need to kind of get something similar to that. That's probably what the market's going to entail moving forward. And Will Johnson and the Arizona Cardinals finally came to an agreement, and he actually had pen to paper, and it's finally official. And now every single pick in the 2025 NFL draft for the Cardinals have actually been inked and signed. And it's just a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing that we don't have to worry about Trey Hendrickson not coming to camp. We don't have to worry about potentially, I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but there was a report that came out about running back from the Rams, Kyron Williams, showing up to camp, but potentially might be having some sort of hold in because of a contract dispute, right? Like, we don't have to deal with that with this current regime, or at least right now we don't, right? Because Monty Ossenfort is fully aware of what's going on with all these guys. Are they happy? Are they not happy? Who needs to get contract extended? And if we're going to let them walk, we're going to let them walk, right? There's no gray area when it comes down to this Arizona Cardinal regime and how they handle business. So it seems like right now Will Johnson is officially signed, pen to paper, signed his rookie deal, and it's an absolutely beautiful thing. We got Walter Nolan III, Will Johnson, Jordan Birch, right? Every other guy that we ended up bringing in, Denzel Burke, Hayden Connor, all those guys are now officially signed to the 2025 season. And I'm just ready for training camp to start. I'm ready for football to start for the Arizona Cardinals, because this is going to be a big year. Whether you think expectations are what I think the expectations are, or you don't, because believe me, I see those comments out there, right? I see a lot of comments out there saying that this team isn't going to win more than 8 games. Cool. I mean, that's fine. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? Just like I am as well. But this is a massive year for Kyler. It's a massive year for Drew Petzing. It's a massive year for this organization, because if things go sideways, we can be seeing a lot of changes heading into 2026. Now, I don't want that. No, I don't want to go back down to the dumps and start rebuilding again. No, it's important to build off of what you did in year 2, which they played really, really hard with a very not great defense. When I'm talking about the pieces that we had, we upgraded, man. So there's absolutely no reason that the Arizona Cardinals can't win at least 2 more games with the upgraded defense that they currently have right now. There's absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. So Will Johnson now signing his rookie deal, massive. Love it. I love that we're taking advantage and making sure that everything is being signed and getting ready for training camp, because activities and the open part of training camp starts this coming Thursday. That's in 2 days. So July kind of felt like it flew by, sometimes it didn't. It kind of felt like sometimes the football season took forever, right? June and July, there's a lot of not very much news, but if you're looking forward to something come August, I believe that we're actually going to be seeing the new Nike rivalry jerseys in August. And then obviously we got preseason as well to take a look to see what these rookies and these guys that are fighting for the final 53-man roster, to see what it's all going to shake up to be. So August is going to be pretty fun, right? We're going to get Cardinal football, not like real Cardinal football, but it's enough to kind of get us by until the start of the season here come in September. So let's go ahead and read some comments. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We got my guy Juan in the chat. Let's take a look. Oh, you're asking about preseason games. Yeah, preseason games, they usually are on your local network. If you do live in Arizona, they most likely will be streaming somewhere. Obviously, take a look at your channel guide. Everybody's going to be different in terms of each day, but we are going to be doing something different this year. We are going to be doing live play-by-plays. It might be a little tough because a lot of numbers aren't settled yet. So it's going to be a little tough for me to know exactly what's going on, like who is who, especially because you got a lot of third stringers, fourth stringers in the last game. But we will do our best to try to do a lot of these live play-by-plays when it comes down to preseason as well. So if you do not have access to it, come hang out. We will be doing the live play-by-plays when it comes down to preseason as well, and I'm really, really excited about it. I really am. So yeah, for what it's worth, if you want to hang out, it will be available for you guys to come on here. No money payment, just join the channel and hop on the stream, and I'll do my best to kind of keep you guys in the loop in what's going on. So Will Johnson now signed officially to the Arizona Cardinals on his rookie deal, 4-year deal. The details hasn't come out yet, or at least I haven't seen any details pop out yet when it comes down to the specifics on the deal. I'm only assuming that he's happy, we're happy. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. But yes, for news surrounding the NFC West, Kyren Williams, Rams running back, there might be some sort of stories kind of trickling in about maybe a potential hold-in when it comes down to him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they do right by Kyren, but at the end of the day, let's see what the Rams decide to do. So there's that. Now let's dive into the big story this morning. It has nothing to do with the Arizona Cardinals, but there's a big story, and it has to do with Trey Hendrickson. I'm very curious to figure out what you guys think overall. Do you, right now, I got over 50 of you guys here in the chat, do you guys still want Trey Hendrickson if it popped up, or if the opportunity arose and it was beneficial for both sides? Let me ask you guys that right now. Do you still want Trey Hendrickson in an Arizona Cardinal uniform right now? Let me know in the chat. Now, I'm not saying there's anybody saying that the Arizona Cardinals are going after Trey Hendrickson. Every single time on social media, I love to repost things and say Cardinal, because obviously Trey Hendrickson is one of the best pass rushers to ever do it, right? And he's done great things in the last 2 years. He's been a sack leader, and it's just been a great force in the NFL. So my question to you is, do you still want the Arizona Cardinals to potentially pursue Trey Hendrickson with all the upgrades they made on the defensive side of the ball? I will get to those comments here soon. Let me go ahead and give you guys an update on what's currently going on right now with Trey Hendrickson, and it's a mess. Like I said earlier, the whole Bengals situation right now, man, the Bengals with Shamar Stewart and now Trey Hendrickson, it's a mess. Let's just leave it at that. We got Ian Rappaport coming out with the tweet earlier this morning. I believe he ended up releasing this about 2 or 3 years ago. Sorry, wow. He ended up releasing this report about 2 to 3 hours ago. I apologize, not years, hours ago. And he ended up saying this: long-term extension talks between the Bengals and star Trey Hendrickson broke down over guaranteed money before camp. And Hendrickson has now indicated he left the state. He just posted this on his Instagram. And yes, this is true. I confirmed. I went to his Instagram and he posted this. Very beautiful picture, by the way. Very beautiful picture. And he tagged it Florida. He's in Florida. He's not in Cincinnati. He's not in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. No, he's in Florida. He's in Florida right now. So Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals, with all the drama that we've been talking about now, there's been 3 players that we were talking about of late, right? TJ Watt, Terry McLaurin, and Trey Hendrickson. We were talking about those guys probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago about potentially these guys need to get paid. If not, they're going to force something, right? TJ Watt just got paid very, very handsomely, so congratulations to him. Terry McLaurin is still dealing with the contract dispute. That seems to probably it's probably going to get done more than not, right? Like, it's probably going to get done. I've heard some whispers and some reports out there that it seems like it's going to. It's just right now it's not official. We'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. But the Trey Hendrickson, man, he is still right now not paid. And per his Instagram, he's sitting in Florida. Right now, per his Instagram, he's sitting in Florida. He's not in Ohio, right? Ian Rappaport coming out here saying that the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson's team, there's a dispute over guaranteed money. He's not happy. The Bengals told him the year before 2024, okay, prove it. Prove it that you can do it again, and we will have this conversation. He did it again. He led the entire NFL with the most amount of sacks. He did it again. And guess what? The Bengals are still not giving him the money that he feels like he deserves, and a lot of Bengals fans feel like he deserves too. He was a sack leader in 2 years in a row. What more can this man prove? Like, what more can he prove? I get it. What is he, 30 years old, 29 years old right now? How old is Trey Hendrickson? I know he's pushing 30 if he's not already. He's 30. Yeah, he's 30 years old. By the time this year is over, he's going to be 31. So December 5th, per Google, 1994 is when he was born. By the time this year is over, he's going to be 31 years old. So he's looking for some sort of, what's the word? Security. He's looking for some security for him, for his family, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. I'm one of those guys that feel like he deserves it too. I really do feel like he deserves it. Now, I ended up asking you guys, right, a little earlier, do you still want to go after Trey Hendrickson? Although all the upgrades have been made here by the Arizona Cardinals, what say you, chat? What say you? We got some people responding. Appreciate you. We got my guy Juan in the chat. What's up, Juan? Says, heck no to Hendrickson. Okay. We got Julio in the chat. Says, Dow's a bear in the woods. Kendrick says, why not? Bolt says, absolutely. Steve says, bring Hendrickson in because he's already up there in age. So we got some people going back and forth about potentially yes or no, right? Yes or no. What is he going to cost, right? What's the question in terms of cost going to look like, right? We got, is it Ishan saying about 30 mil? Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be about. Like, I'm going to be real here. He's going to be very, very expensive. And the 30 years old doesn't bother me. Like, if I was a general, obviously I'm not Monty Ossenfort, right? The decision comes from the front office and what they feel like they need to make this defense better, right? The defense doesn't need Trey Hendrickson right now. They don't. They really don't. They don't need him. With what Monty Ossenfort has done, adding Dalvin, adding Josh Sweat, adding Walter Nolan, going into year 2 of Darius Robinson, going into, what is it, year 3 now of BJ Ojolari. Hopefully he can stay healthy, fingers crossed. What we've seen little glimpses here and there of Dante Stills, right? Baron Browning signing an extension, right? Zaven Collins being kind of the unknown, but can be used as a secret weapon. I don't think right now the Arizona Cardinals are looking at Trey Hendrickson saying, we need him. Because we don't need Trey Hendrickson. We don't. Let's be real. We don't need him. Now, do you want him? That's a different question, right? That's a different question for a different day, right? I would love Trey Hendrickson to be on this defensive line. I'm going to be real. But obviously at a specific cost, right? You can't really throw your, I'm not going to say really future away, because he's going to be a guy that's going to produce for at least 2 or 3 more years. Maybe that third year won't be as productive, but I still do think he's going to be really productive this year. I think he's going to be productive next year. I think he's that type of guy that's going to be really, really good, at least for the next 3 years, right? Now, what is he asking for? We don't know, right? At least per Ian Rappaport here, the dispute is between guaranteed money, right? Because so maybe the Bengals were offering an extension, but just that guaranteed salary, they weren't able to match what his team wants, right? The Cardinals don't need Trey Hendrickson. Do we want him? I mean, obviously, I don't think the front office wants him because they probably would have made the phone call already, or maybe they have. We don't know, right? Maybe they called and humored the idea of, hey, what will it take? But right now, Trey Hendrickson's sitting in Florida when the Bengals are going into training camp, right? So it's insane, man. It's insane. It really is. It's one of those things that's, this is such a fascinating story because I'm on Team Hendrickson. Like, I'm real. I'm on Team Hendrickson. If I'm going to be real here, I really am. I do believe he deserves to get paid now by the Cardinals. I'm not saying that, but I do believe that the Bengals and him having conversations of them asking him probably a couple years ago, because this is not the first year he's going to sit back and say, oh yeah, I wanted an extension. No, this has been years of him trying to get a long-term deal with this organization. They just haven't been able to do it for some reason, right? I don't know why they don't believe, but they don't want to sign an extension for him. So he's been asking for, I think in the last couple years, that he wants a long-term deal. He keeps getting told, prove it. And now it seems like a holdout was going to happen, right? It seems like a holdout is going to happen here for Trey Hendrickson. So fascinating. Just absolutely fascinating here to seeing what's happening here right now with this guy. Because believe it or not, he might get traded. Like right now, it's probably going to be like it's for the beneficialness of the Bengals to potentially trade because you're probably not going to get any production for him this year. You're probably not. You probably should trade Trey Hendrickson. Now, are they? I've seen that organization do very, very egotistical things where they believe that they're right so much that they just stick to their guns. That's most likely what they're going to do, but he probably wants to get traded, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. Fanatics Podcast in the chat. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all. He says this, I'd want him, but also not eager to get rid of any of our young talent. And that's the thing, too, right? It's the money aspect. It's the we don't need him. Want? Yeah, I mean, want? I would love to have this guy in our defensive line. Imagine, right? Josh Sweat, Trey Hendrickson, you got BJ Ojulari, you got Baron Browning, Zaven Collins, right? That would be cool. It'd be nice. It'd be awesome. What will it take? What will it take? It's going to be a lot of draft picks. And then on top of that, you're going to have to extend them, right? Because that's what this is all about. This is all about money. This is all about money. He wants to get paid. I think he deserves it. I really do, especially from an organization that he's given his blood, sweat, and tears to, and he's produced year in and year out. But now we're kind of living in a world where this man might get traded. This might get traded. Stanley in the chat says, latest on the rivalry uniform reveal date. I haven't heard of a specific date, but I did hear sometime in August, and I know that doesn't probably help, but yeah, I didn't hear of a specific date myself, but I did hear in August is probably when they're going to be revealing them, but I'm right there with you. The moment I find out when the specific date is that the Cardinals are going to reveal those, I'll let you guys know when I hear it as well. But yeah, I'm excited about those as well. Super excited about those rivalry jerseys. Let's keep it with the chat. You guys are really, really active in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all for being here. Smack the like button as well. Appreciate y'all. What's up, man? He says, I'd rather have a producing diva than an unproductive vet / rookie. Just saying. I'd rather have a producing diva than an unproductive vet / rookies. Huh. I'm not sure if you're referring to Trey Hendrickson as the diva here. I personally wouldn't put him in the categories of diva myself. Now, obviously, opinions differ, and I get it. When you're asking for a specific trade extension, when you are under contract, I get it. I see where you're coming from. I don't know. I don't think of Trey Hendrickson as a diva personally. I know he's been asking for this for a very long time, but we'll see. We'll see. Sir Knight says the Bungles. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The truth. What's up? The black cards unis are dope. Yeah, my favorite are the white ones. I like the black ones, but I like the white ones a lot. I feel like those ones are really, really cool. Steve in the chat says, give them Justin Jones, LJ Collier, and Bilal, and Sean Murphy Bunting. Good Lord. Well, this final 53-man roster cut down, and it's not going to happen for another month, right? A month and a couple weeks away. But this 53-man roster cut down is going to be very, very fascinating to see. Very fascinating to see exactly what happens with the Arizona Cardinals and who they decide to cut. Because there's going to be some surprise cuts that you might not know, right? There's going to be some surprise cuts. But Steve over here is willing to give everybody up. Justin Jones, LJ Collier, Bilal Nichols, and Sean Murphy Bunting. Well, I don't think Sean Murphy Bunting is really going to go for anything right now because obviously he's done for the season. So we'll see. Chris F in the chat says, I say yes because with Trey, our defense would be without a doubt a playoff contender. Woo! Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that would be very, very nice to see Trey Hendrickson on this defense. He's going to be expensive. The amount of draft capital you might have to give up, it's going to be a lot. But I mean, if we go with my guy Steve and just giving up every single player we got, it depends on what the Bengals are going to want to do, right? Like the Bengals are dealing with their first round pick in Shamar Stewart and their all-pro edge rusher in Trey Hendrickson. Like, they got to budge somewhere, right? They got to budge somewhere. I don't know if they're going to, right? I don't know if they're going to, but they got to budge somewhere. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Steve in the chat says all those guys might get cut. Yeah, you might be right. 100%. You might be right. Sean Murphy-Bunting, I don't think has any value because he's hurt. Bilal, Justin Jones, LJ Collier. Yeah, I mean, LJ Collier might be the most safest out of those three. Out of those three defensive linemen that you mentioned, he might be the safest because he's the cheapest, right? So maybe the Cardinals can just scrap it up and talk about, hey, what are we going to do next year, right? What's the cap savings going to look like next year? Yeah, maybe we can live in a world like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate where your mind's going. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I don't hate where your mind is going. Cards fan in the chat says B.J. Ojulari is still a mystery. We don't know what he can become yet. That's the truth. That's true. And we're not going to know until he gets his opportunity, right? He's not going to know until he gets his opportunity. So here's the thing. The Arizona Cardinals right now, do they need Hendrickson? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't need Hendrickson. Do they want Hendrickson? Well, I mean, I guess that opinion differs from anybody that you ask, right? Because just like my guy here in the chat said, if you did something like that, you probably would have one of the best defenses in the entirety of, the NFL if you added Trey Hendrickson onto this roster. Now, there's some people that truly believe, and I'm talking about people that cover this team, the Arizona Cardinals, they believe that this can be a top 10 defense. I'm not that high on this team, right? I'm not that high when I'm talking about like this defense. I'm not like that. I think this can be probably top 12, top 13, right? Now, with the pieces that we added, I wouldn't be surprised if they would be a top 10. You add Trey Hendrickson in here, you're probably like definitely top 10, right? 6, 7, 8, something like that. And that's amazing, right? That's amazing. But some people do believe that this Cardinals defense can be a top 10. I think on paper they can, but I'm one of those guys that love to see it, right? Show me what can happen. Because too many times have I fell victim, right? As a Cardinal fan, of what looks good on paper doesn't always kind of show out. Maybe I'm just feel a little snake bitten. Maybe I feel a little, I'm not sure if jaded is the word, but I feel a little cautious before making an assumption like that. But yeah, our defense has been massively upgraded. Keep in mind, we were one of the worst defenses on paper, right? Last year, but we played hard, but we were still in the 20s. We were ranked probably one of the lowest defenses out there. To say we're 14, 15 now with the upgrades, that's a massive change. That's a massive upgrade. It really is. I'm just not going to say top 10 yet. Show me first, right? Show me that Josh Sweat could be as productive as he was in Philly, right? Show me that B.J. Ojulari going to his year 3 and can stay healthy and be productive, right? Baron Browning, same thing. Now you're getting your opportunity. Let's see. Calais Campbell, pushing 40, still doing it, but show me here again, right? Dalvin, he did a fantastic job in Cleveland, but show me, right? That's what I want to see this year when it comes down to the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but I'm also not trying to get my my hopes up too high. But I do think this defense massively got upgraded. No doubt. RC3 in the chat. What's up? Adding Trey for some mid picks like second or thirds and one of those CBs we're not using. We got a lot of cornerbacks, y'all. We got a lot of cornerbacks. Jaden Davis, Denzel Burke, rookie, but a lot of people have a lot of high hope for him. Elijah Jones, 3rd round pick last year. We got a lot of unknown cornerbacks, but I'm actually really, really excited about what our cornerbacks can be this year. Really, really excited about that. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, some people want him still. That's cool. Some people still want Trey Hendrickson. That's cool. Guess what? I kind of do too. I kind of do too. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of do too. Will it happen? Probably not, right? Will it happen? Probably not. But it's such a fascinating story, man. It's such a fascinating story. What's up, man? He says, has a team that wasn't a top 10 defense won a Super Bowl? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I know the theme, or everybody like to say defense wins championships. It's the truth. They do win championships, right? Because when you got a really good defense, you're most likely going to stop that explosive offense, usually more times than not, right? But I'm pretty sure there has been some defenses that weren't top 10, maybe border top 10, maybe 11, 12. I don't have one on top of my head, right? I don't have one on the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there has to be. Pretty sure there has to be. But like I said, this defense could very well be a top 10. They can. I want to see it first, right? Before I jump to conclusions. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Will Johnson, cornerback of the Arizona Cardinals, now has a YouTube channel. What the heck? What's going on here? I remember several years back, and I'm talking about 5+ years back, when everybody said everything and under the sun about people creating YouTube channels, about how bad it was for this community. Guess what? Now everybody's got a YouTube channel. Everybody and their mother has got a YouTube channel. Not just players, but you got people, content creator. You got media now coming onto YouTube. Because guess what? This is new media. This is new media. So I love it, man. I love it. But going back to what I was saying, Will Johnson, cornerback of the Arizona Cardinals, most likely number 1 cornerback. Let's go. But he now has a YouTube page. He ended up releasing a video yesterday. If you haven't watched it, check it out. I think it's about him settling in Arizona, but he said it out of his mouth. He feels like we got a really good defense. Like, with all the pieces that we added, we can be deadly. We can be deadly. Now, he's got a lot of high praise for himself, as he should. There should be nobody, down on themselves. He's a very, very confident young man, and I love it. Very confident. With what he can do and what he can accomplish in the NFL, I believe he's very, very confident. And he even said, I believe he said he was 75. I don't want to misquote him, but I believe he said coming into training camp, or not training camp, I'm sorry, like OTAs and the rookie camps, he was 75%, he said. 75% he was. Now he feels like he's 100%. And the coaches now start to see what he can do, right? Now that he hit 100%. So this truly might be the steal. And I know we talk about this every year. Oh, this is the steal of the draft. We do this, we do that. Steal, home run guy, right? We do this every year. But truly, Will Johnson might be the steal. I'm not trying to be over the top here, but he truly might be. If he can blossom to become that cornerback number 1, this truly might be that pick that can change a defense. No doubt. No doubt. Will in the chat. What's up, Will? Do you feel comfortable with the large role Cody Simon has as a rookie? Well, we don't really know what role he's got right now, right? We don't really know. That's why I'm really excited to see what training camp's going to be. Now, do we see Cody Simon taking reps with the starters? Yeah, I mean, of course, that's going to happen, right? Because there's an open competition with every single position. Like, I even said this for months now, that the big position that worries me on the defensive side of the ball, and there's only one position that worries me on the defensive side of the ball, because I'm very confident in this defense, I really am, is the middle linebacking position where Kazir White left. That's why I feel like it can truly be an open position. You don't know. We brought in Akeem Davis-Gaither. We also brought in Walker. We got OP there as well. JJ Russell we ended up bringing in as well, but it's pretty open. Now, will he start? Will this coaching staff say to themselves, we need him to start, we've seen enough? Or will he kind of get eased into this defense, right? We don't know. That's why I'm excited to see what training camp is going to kind of show us, because what you see in training camp is usually what it translates to preseason and in the regular season. But right now, I think it's Akeem Davis-Gaither's job to lose, but you never know, man. You never know. This could be a very, very good player that the Cardinals got in the 4th round with Cody Simon. This is going to be a fantastic player. But like I said, we'll see how it shakes out. I'm excited about this year's preseason. Angel, what's up, Angel? Got me so hyped. He has his one room to stud. Yes. Going back to Will Johnson's video, right? This man was straight up studying in the dark, but he's got his own room to obviously look film, and he's got this tablet filled with every single wide receiver that he's going to play this year. Every single wide receiver that the Cardinals are playing this year, he's got number 1, like all their tape on there, loaded in a tablet. Freaking cool. It's freaking dope. And that's so awesome. Do your homework, young man. You're going to be a fantastic player for the Cardinals, obviously, if you can stay healthy. That seems to be the big unknown when it comes down to him, because we don't know, right? Everybody heard the same reports. We all heard it. right? We all heard the same reports. But now it's time to, let's see what happens. But I agree, Angel. I was excited too. I love that he was doing his homework. I love that he's got every single wide receiver, or it might be the number one receiver's tape on a tablet. And he's just going to work. He's going to work. Will reminds me of Sauce Gardner. Woo. Tell me Patrick Surtain, and I would be a little bit more excited. No, I'm just joking. Sauce Gardner is a good cornerback. He really is, and he just got paid not too long ago. I'm excited. Adrian in the chat. Hopefully, we play our rookies in preseason. I think we will. Will Johnson might get, believe it or not, I think the Cardinals probably have the same amount of, I'm not going to say fear, but cautiousness when it comes down to, we all heard the same reports, man. The reports didn't lie. People are worried about the knee. Can it stay healthy, right? Can it withstand a NFL season? Let's find out. We're going to get all our answers here in 2025, right? So I think we will see Will Johnson. I think we will see Denzel Burke. I think we will see Hayden Connor. I think we will see a lot of these rookies that we drafted, second-year players that are probably fringe players, the players that are probably fighting for a spot. I think we'll see those guys as well. When it comes down to game 3 of the Arizona Cardinals preseason, I do believe it tells you a lot on who is locked up and who still is fighting for a job. So I'm really going to be paying attention to those first 2 games more than the third. Obviously, I'm still watching the third game, obviously, but that's kind of where what we're really kind of focusing down on. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. RC3 says, I will limit Will Johnson in preseason. I agree with you. I agree. Just like I said earlier, I think they will play him, but they're probably going to be cautious with him. They're probably going to be cautious. Don't get him hurt in a meaningless game. You know what I mean? Don't get him hurt in a meaningless. I think he's going to get reps. I think he's going to be show out. Just like it might even be a Marvin Harrison Jr. type thing where literally we saw Marvin Harrison Jr. for one drive in preseason and they shut him down. They're like, nah, you are not continuing to play. Nah. Maybe. But I think we'll see him. Whether it's game 1, game 2. I don't think game 3. Game 1 or game 2, we most likely will see him. It probably won't be an entire game. It won't probably be a quarter. It might be a drive or 2. Right? I would limit him as well. 100%. RC3. Me and you are on the same boat with that. Don't get him hurt on a meaningless game. Preseason's around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Preseason's around the corner. Let's go. I want to see Elijah Jones. Facts. 100%. Me too. CB, what's up, buddy? Damn. What is it with these young rooks acting entitled, no disrespect, and demanding / bargaining a favorable rookie contract or enticing salary when they haven't shown or proved anything yet? And then he doubles down with this just as bad / worse than the NIL money in college football. I mean, that's the risk, right? I mean, that's the risk when you are paying young athletes that amount of money. You almost don't feel like, if you're a guy that has played, just, I guess, let's put ourselves in their shoes for a second, right? Let's put ourselves in their shoes. A few years back or several years back, forgot when, NIL has been very, very recent. So let's take it back to several years before NIL was a thing, right? When they made it to the NFL or they were drafted, they almost didn't have a choice, right? They almost didn't have a voice when it came down to it, because it's like that winning lottery ticket for them, right? Where now these kids are getting paid millions of dollars to play college football, right? Because the colleges make millions of dollars. Like, it's maybe even $1 billion. I'm talking about college in general, right? The college football, like multi-million dollars, maybe even $1 billion, business when it comes down to college. So obviously the NIL money, although I think it's cool for them, good for them, they're making really good money, but it does change your mindset when you have money. It does. Changing or having money in your bank account definitely changes your perspective in things. And that's kind of what we're seeing now. Now, like I said, Will Johnson, to me, I don't think he's been a distraction. I don't think Will Johnson's been, he's been every single activity here. Every single activity. We're not dealing with the Shamar Stewart, right? Where Shamar Stewart's holding out, and it's obvious he's not happy. Will Johnson's been here. Walter Nolan's been here, whether NIL money or not. All these guys that we picked, they've been here. So I'm cool. I'm grateful for that as a Cardinal fan, that we're not dealing with all this drama that we're seeing here in around the NFL. Because like we said, we mentioned a little earlier that obviously Trey Hendrickson's not happy, right? But yeah, I mean, the NIL is going to change stuff, man. It really is. But it's the way the world's going, man. The world where there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean? Sir Knight in the chat says, so hyped for training camp. Me too. Are you going to? Yes, I will be at training camp this year. Absolutely. I got a couple buddies that we might be linking up, and then I think there might be something that I'm going to go to. But this is the time where, like, if you guys don't know, my daughter's birthday is at the end of this month, so like, I'm going to be out of town this weekend to celebrate her birthday. Obviously, family over everything. But once we come back on that next Thursday, so I will be coming this I think I'm going this Thursday, but the next Thursday is probably when I'm going to start going back again. But there's going to be a little bit of a gap where I'm not going to be able to go because obviously I got to celebrate my daughter, and we're not going to be in town as well. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think it's going to be very, very fun. But yes, I will be attending training camps, 100%. And whatever I see, I will be sending it to you guys as much as I possibly can. We will joint practice with the Colts, right? We did that last year, right? We are doing a joint practice this year. If anybody knows, I don't think it's the Colts this year. Let me see. I think we are doing a joint. I don't think it's the Colts, if I can remember correctly. I could be wrong. Let me see here. No, so yes. Okay, so the Cardinals will have a joint practice, but this year will be with the Broncos. With the Broncos this year. So we're going to have a joint practice with the Broncos this year. Not the Colts. The Colts was last year. So this year is the Broncos. So here we go. Yep. Noah in the chat. Appreciate you. Doubling down. Thank you. Yep. No, I'm excited, man. This is going to be fun. It's really going to be fun. This is an exciting year. It's time for some more football, man. It's time for football. Is it Prodigy 123? I feel like we need another wide receiver, perhaps Amari Cooper. You're not alone in this feeling, my guy. You're not alone in this feeling. I'm very concerned when it comes down to our offense, specifically that wide receiver number 3 / if you want to say 2, depending on how you feel about Michael Wilson. I like Michael Wilson personally, but yeah, I would love to see a veteran wide receiver in here as well. But the Cardinals seem to be confident in who they have right now on their roster. I would try to see about Keenan or maybe an Amari Cooper myself, but like I said, we'll see what Monty Alcifor decides to do. But I agree with you. I agree. I'm getting training camp fever. Let the competition begin. Can't wait to see how the second year play. Yes, agreed. I think Mara's going to go crazy. I'm excited to see what Max Melton can do this year, and obviously the other guys that we ended up bringing in as well. This is going to be fun. RC3, or I will trade him. Let's see here. I think you're maybe having a conversation already in the chat. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Ojulari, there's still unknown when it comes down to Ojulari. Let's be real. There's still a lot of unknown. So, we'll see. Pedro, bro, if you need a cameraman when you go to training camp, I live near the Cardinal Stadium. Oh. Huh? Well, hit me up, Pedro. I don't know if you're on my social medias, but yeah, hit me up. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, it's going to be fun. I mean, usually what I do, I'm usually a one-man crew. Everything that you see here is me, right? Every social media that you're seeing, anything I post is me, right? Usually I'm one-man crew, but it would be cool. Yeah. Shoot me a DM and let's see. We are going to be closing up shop right now. I believe. So this Thursday is the start of opening practice for the Cardinals. I'm assuming we're going to be getting a lot of pressers. Probably, if not today, maybe tomorrow. There's probably going to be some pressers happening with obviously new guys coming back into the building and just a lot of excitement in the air. But I agree with everything you guys are saying in the chat. Truly. RC3 is a little worried about BJ Ojulari or the unknown. I agree. I'm also agree with my guy in the chat saying that, we don't know. Like, he would rather have another wide receiver. I agree with that as well. But yeah, we'll see. Isaiah in the chat says, has BJ been to any? Yes, he has. Yeah, BJ Ojulari has been there. We haven't had any drama. Let's put it that way. We haven't had any drama. Nope. So yeah, excited about that. When is the next NFC West roundtable? Ooh, there you go, Steve. Here we go. If you guys don't know, every Tuesday during the season, we go live with other counterparts of the NFC West. A Rams guy, it's my guy Jake. A 49ers guy, that's my guy Jesse. And then we got my guy Hawks Nest, which is my guy Brandon. We talk NFC West every Tuesday when the season starts. And I believe we're actually starting back up here on August 5th, if I'm not mistaken. It's every Tuesday. Let me find out here. I know we ended up getting the official word. I think it's August the 5th. No, August 3rd. I'm sorry. August 3rd is when we're starting. So sooner than we think. So NFC West Roundtable will be soon in. So our stream will be the 5th, though. Our stream will be the 5th because the Tuesdays when we do our stream. So August the 5th is when we're going to be streaming and on the NFC West Roundtable. So there you go. Appreciate you, Steve, for shout out and reminding me. We will be closing up shop right here, guys. Everybody, thank you so very much for tuning in. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button, do me a huge favor. Smack the like button here on your way out. We are on the road to 17K as well. Can't do it without you guys. It'll be do me a huge favor if you guys just smack the like button and subscribed. A lot of people love to kind of hover and just watch from. I promise it's free. I'm not gonna come at you and say you owe me $3. No, I promise I won't. YouTube is free unless you're doing a membership. That's different. Subscriptions are absolutely for free. We are on the road to 17K. I'm hoping that we hit 17K by the time this month ends. If we do hit 17K by the time this month ends, or before this month ends, then we will be providing a jersey giveaway. But if we don't, maybe we'll be doing a jersey giveaway sometime in 2025. But subscribe it up, smack the like button on your way out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Shout out here to my guy Prodigy, Steve, RC3, Pedro, Sir Knight. Who else is up here? Adrian, Ted, all y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Up and foremost, you guys are all amazing. Season's going to go crazy. That's all I got to say. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Smack the like button. And as always, go Cardinals.